Welcome back. You're still tuned into Commodity Central, and let's now shift focus to the sugar sector then, because ISMA has gone ahead and released production data for the month of November, and sugar production has come in at about 41 lakh tons, implying a 43% jump as compared to same time last year. Is ISMA then revising its estimate for the full sugar season? To understand that, we are now joined by Mr. Deepak Ballani, Director General at Indian Sugar and Bioenergy Manufacturers Association, or ISMA, is now joining us. Mr. Ballani, afternoon, and very strong set of numbers and the data that you've released when it comes to sugar production. What does this imply for the full sugar season? By any chance, are you changing your estimates now?
Thank you for having me in your show. As per our statement, till 30th of November, the nation has produced almost 41 lakh tons of sugar after diversion, compared to around 28.76 lakh tons during the same time last year. So that is a very positive signal. Almost 428 sugar mills are operational against around 376 factories last year. And the very positive factor is that this year, the cane yield and both the sugar recovery are much better, which perhaps indicate that the season sugar production is going to be very positive. As we had released our sugar estimate in the month of November, our first advance estimate, we had estimated a sugar production of 343.5 lakh tons gross. I believe we are heading for the same number, which perhaps is a very good news for the sugar industry.
Okay, so you are penciling in 343 lakh tons of sugar production, and you're maintaining the stance that you had given earlier. But how has the region-wise performance been, whether it's Maharashtra, Karnataka or Uttar Pradesh? Which state performed the best when it comes to sugar production in November?
So in fact, see, we have, when the season starts, so there are mills who start early. In some states, there are the mills start later. So in fact, this would not be the right indicator of perhaps which state has performed better. But having said that, UP, the sugar production has reached to around 14 lakh tons, around 1.2 lakh tons higher than the last year during the same time. Maharashtra perhaps has produced almost 17 lakh tons, and with some 170 factories operational. Karnataka, the harvesting was a bit delayed because of certain disruptions, but Karnataka is also picking up. So I believe the true reflection of performance will perhaps come from December onwards. But whatever the signals we are getting from all the major sugar producing states, that the recovery and the yields are better, and we are heading to a very good sugar season and a very good production.
Okay, so recovery and yields have been better, and this year is likely to be very good when it comes to sugar production. But there are several asks that the association has from the government, right? And one of them being a minimum support price of sugar. If you can take us through what the cost of production is currently versus the minimum sugar price, and what kind of expectations are you having from the government now?
See, as you very well know, MSP of sugar is a floor price below which the ex-mill prices cannot go down, and this has not been revised for almost last 6 years. This is still stuck at rupees 31 per kilo, which is much below the cost of production. And we also know that FRP this season has increased. Even SAP in various states, for example, Punjab, Haryana, UP, Uttarakhand, has been revised. There has been also increase in the cane prices in Karnataka. So if we calculate the cost of production basis, the FRP and SAP increase, the cost of production is coming to around 41.72 per kilo. And we expect that the government at least will revise the MSP to the level of cost of production, that is around 41, 42 rupees a kilo.
Okay, so 41.72, that's where the cost of production currently is, and you're expecting the government to increase the base minimum support price for sugar. But since you also spoke about SAP and sugarcane prices, which has been revised by several states, Uttarakhand being one of them, and the announcement came in just over the last weekend, do you expect other states to follow suit?
See, there are discussions. I believe Bihar is also considering increasing the SAP. They have a meeting on 8th. So I believe there is an upward trend of enhancing the sugarcane cost, which perhaps directly impacts the viability of the mills if the sugar prices don't go up. So I believe it is very, very important for the MSP to be aligned with the actual cost of production so that the mills get their viable value realization. And perhaps this is very important so that we can also pay to the farmers on time. So in order to see that there are no significant cane areas, it is very important that the sugar prices are aligned with the FRP and SAP.
Understood. So that's as far as sugar price is concerned. But what about ethanol prices then? Have you had any discussions with the government of late?
We have been having a series of discussions, and unfortunately, the ethanol procurement price has still not been revised. It is a matter of great concern because FRP has gone up by almost 17%. Now we also have the revised SAP. Even the cost of production of juice and B-heavy ethanol is much higher than the current cost. There is a difference of almost 5 rupees between the cost of production and the actual cost today. So it is, I think, very important for the government to seriously consider increasing the ethanol procurement price because again, this entire ethanol economy brings a lot of stability to the sugar economy and also to the farmer. And I believe that the government is seriously considering it and taking into consideration that there has to be an on-time payment to the farmer. And also ethanol economy is extremely important for the stability. They would perhaps at certain point of time would seriously consider increasing or correcting the sugarcane ethanol pricing.
Okay, so that's the outlook when it comes to the sugar sector, and the association clearly is asking the government to increase not only the minimum support price on sugar, but also the ethanol prices, which have not been revised for quite some time. Mr. Ballani, thank you so much for taking your time out and joining us here on ET Now and helping us understand what the outlook is on the sugar sector going forward. But